Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. It is time for our weekly painting progress. And it just so happens to be Memorial Day weekend here in the States as well. And for as much as I would prefer sleeping in and doing a whole lot of nothing, here I am filming stuff for you folks. And for myself, let's be honest, because I just like painting this stuff. Anyway. So I painted just a couple things. As I had mentioned in the past, or for the first time if you're hearing this, we just finished up school in our area of California. And so I have been in crazy performance mode, getting report cards ready, awards taken care of, last minute things like that. But it's all done now. So I wrapped up a couple figures that I had been working on. Like this gentleman here. I really liked this model. I cannot for the life of me remember which set this is from, but it's from Raging Heroes. It was a relatively recent set. It was like one of their Shifting Sands when it was like a bunch of vaguely Zinchian type characters along with a bunch of desert themed knightly knights. I mean, he's not very desert themed at all. I want to say like they had an exclusive version of him without the helmet, but I like the helmet with the very dramatically billowing ribbons there. I'm assuming they're ribbons. There's a lot going on with this guy. He's got like the horn here on his right hand side. He's got like the lion pelt. There's like some ribbons. He's got the big billowy pants, which I definitely could have done a better job on. I mean, I'll be honest, this was pretty much just a get it done and move along type paint job. But something about it, the colors, the pose of it gave me flashbacks of nostalgia to my childhood and the Plastic Britain's Knights. I mean, he, obviously is a bit more detailed than the like Foot Knights from War Games Atlantic, for example, but since we're kind of going with the red and the blue theme there. I actually painted him up to match up with all of my Aldorf skirmishers from Bestiarum. Again, he's still a little bit taller than... It's one thing I've always liked about the Raging Heroes stuff is that their hero models tend to be a little bit on the larger side of things. Then again, a lot of their more, infantry types, especially since they've kind of expanded into doing like full-blown army sets, tend to be a lot more on the traditional side for the size of the models, obviously, until you start goofing around and changing scales yourself. So I got him done. A model that's been on my table for a while that I've been wanting to finish up is the Male Ambitionism Survivor from Kingdom Death. Much like the female one, which we had on recently, I went with a very simple paint job, which sucks because I've seen some of the amazing things some of the other artists out there have done with the Kingdom Death models, but the fact that I can have it at that 4x zoom, and, I mean, the face is relatively okay. It ain't the greatest, I'll be the first to admit, but it's tolerable. If it can hold up to scrutiny under a camera that close, I am satisfied with it. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is I'm not 100% sure if that is supposed to be his actual bare skin underneath the chest piece there, but I thought it looked kind of weird having a bare midriff exposed, so I just painted it like a bodysuit underneath. I also managed to snap off the axe blade on this figure, much like the female one, because I'm just that delicate with my models, I guess. Do I have the Female Ambitionism Survivor handy? I do not, it seems, which is weird because I don't know where I would put her. I'm talking to myself at the moment as well. And they say that because I have, like, the Power Glaive model here from Kingdom Death, but I don't know. Let me see if I can find her. Like, seriously. Ah, there she is. I'm like, I knew she couldn't be that far away. So, again, here is the female one for reference. I did try to paint them vaguely similar. But with both of them being broken, and neither of them being very obvious how they were supposed to be finished according to the artwork, I at least got things done. I'm happy with that. They are finished and they can join the rest of my Kingdom Death models. Also, the fact that we have another male model in resin, or photo resin that is just a bit of a plus. We don't see them very often. I had the male Templar, I think it was the Templar, or was it the Paladin? I don't even remember, but I had him handy here. Now, the Ambitionism Survivor is a little bit taller, but then again, he's also got that extra size base there. Anyway, one last figure for the week, and I cannot recall her name, but it is another Kingdom Death model. This was one of the... oh, what are they called? Not Ambitionism. Shoot, I forgot. They had a name for the new kind of like Indomitable Survivors, that's it. Of which we just saw the Power Glaive Zell. This was the no-dodgy one with her vaguely Phoenix-based armor. Again, I figure if I can get that close up, yeah, the face isn't perfect, but it's painted. Everything is painted. And that pleases me. Especially when it's in focus there. And me just being the super weeb that I am. I'm like, if I start seeing samurai swords and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. So I have 2 of them painted so far. I've got the Drummer Girl in resin, and I eventually will probably pick up the plastic one, like during Black Friday or something. We've got the Furious Harmonica, and then I've got like the most recent one as well that will be joining the pack. Personally, I love them. The price is not so much, but I guess that's what those Black Friday sales are for if you have the patience. That is one of the nice things, is a lot of these do end up at half price on Black Friday. It's just a matter of, are they going to have the models that you want? So, me, samurai swords, you can pretty much guarantee I'll be there day one. But not a bad haul, I gotta say. Sure, it's only 3 models. Sure, there may be some repeated colors, but they're nice looking stuff. And to me, that's really the bottom line. And if I can ever get in a game of anything at all, we'll definitely find some uses for them. Especially our knight friend here. Hopefully, if I can ever get in another game of Mordheim, that'll be a day. And then, obviously, I gotta get my Sengoku Monster Hunter back on the table, but I have a feeling she's going to end up in that too. So, I like that game a lot. It's a cool solo one too. There was another one, was it Hametsu or something? I had seen that looked kind of interesting. If you guys ever have any interesting monster hunting type solo / co-op samurai themed games, by all means, point me in the right direction, because I am always interested. But anyways, speaking of interested, we'll put the links for these down below if you guys want, and hopefully you'll find something that tickles your fancy just as much as mine, and hopefully we will have even more in the near future showing off painted models, because now that we're on vacation, I plan to actually get some work done. So, with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.